Welcome to session 5 of model 5. In this session, I am giving a lecturing related to the oxidation pond as well as septic tank, means low cost treatment methods. What are the different types of the low cost treatment methods which are commonly adopted in a rural area or undeveloped area and all these things. Under that, first one is oxidation pond. Oxidation pond, also called as lagoons or stabilization pond, are large shallow pond designed to treat wastewater through the interaction of sunlight, bacteria, and algae. Usually, oxidation pond is also termed as a stabilization pond. In the stabilization pond, there are three types of the reaction will be takes place. Three types of the reaction will be takes place usually. At the top portion, there is an aerobic reaction will takes place. At the bottom, anaerobic, and in between aerobic and anaerobic, there is a transition depth where both aerobic as well as anaerobic reaction will be takes place. Means it is also termed as a facultative pond. Facultative pond. Here, a symbiosis reaction will takes place between algae, bacteria, and all these things. Symbiosis means each things which are present in the particular pond are interdependent to each other. Interdependent to each other. In this case, what happened? The algae which are present in the particular one utilize the sunlight as source of energy, and the inert carbon dioxide released from the bacteria as well as the inorganic compounds which are released by the bacterial activity are used as a source of energy. Source of energy. So photosynthetic activity of the algae will be takes place by utilizing all these things: sunlight, carbon dioxide, as well as inorganic materials, and all these things. Once the photosynthetic activity will be takes place in the particular system, automatically it liberates the oxygen and H2 and all these things. That particular oxygen is used by the bacteria for their survival. And also that particular oxygen is used for the destabilization of the organic matter which are present in the particular one. Once the destabilization of the organic matter present in the particular system will be carried out, by that it once again liberates CO2 and all these things. So algae as well as bacteria are interrelated each other, and they go for decomposition or degradation of the organic material which takes place by that particular system. Such a system is called as symbiosis reaction. Symbiosis reaction, and also it is termed as a stabilization pond. It is this one is comes under the low cost treatment. In some of the case, definitely for the degradation of the organic matter and all these things, it requires oxygen. So usually aeration will takes place from the surface. Atmospheric aeration will takes place since the surface area is more for the pond as well as lagoons. So aeration, for the area process of aeration, the amount of oxygen required for the degradation of the bacteria will be consumed from that particular one. If there is any shortage, if there is any deficiency of the oxygen which takes place, then they may introduce the mechanical aerator. By that, they increase the amount of oxygen supplied to the particular pond. It's increased by mechanical aerator and all these things. Algae grow using energy from the sun and carbon dioxide and inorganic compounds released by bacteria in water. During the process of photosynthesis, the algae releases oxygen needed by aerobic bacteria. Now, so it is interrelated to each other. So it is that's why it is called as symbiosis reaction. Mechanical aerator also sometimes installs to supply at more oxygen, thereby reducing the required size of the pond. Means oxygen is one of the important things which is required for the degradation of the organic matter by the microbial activity. So if you supply the sufficient quantity of oxygen for degradation, then automatically size of the pond maybe decreases. But for that particular purpose, usually they may introduce mechanical aerator. Sludge deposited in the pond must eventually be removed by dredging. Means definitely once the oxidation or the degradation of the organic material takes place, the remaining organic and inorganic will be settled at the bottom of that particular tank. So usually it is termed as a sludge, and these sludges are removed by using dredging process. Algae remaining in the pond effluent can be removed by filtration or by combination of chemical treatment and settling. If once the algae are after complete reaction and all these things, they leads to depth, and that particular one is also removed by the process of filtration or chemical treatment, and also it may be a process of settling and all these things. Advantages of oxidation ponds. So there are some of the, it is a low cost one and also cost effective, and these are the following are some of the advantages of the oxidation pond. Suitable, it is suitable for hot climate where 200 sunny days are expected in the year. Means sunlight is very important for the photosynthetic activity of the algae. So sufficient amount of sunlight is available in the particular area, then the rate of degradation will be improved. Means the sunny days usually in for Indian situation, it is usually summer is more. So if it is more than 200 sunny days are there, then the particular oxidation pond may be working very effectively. Best suit for small cities and towns where land is cheap. Means for construction of the oxygen tank, pond and all these things, land is very important. So if the land is very cheap in some of the area, in such a situation, we may go for oxidation pond. Capital cost is only 20 to 30% of the conventional plant. Means it is cost effective one. Cost effective one means it is only required only 20 to 30% of the conventional plant. Conventional plant means usually conventional municipal water treatment plant, it requires screening, grit chamber, sedimentation tank, and active sludge process and all these things, primary clarifier, secondary clarifier, and all these things. But if you are introducing but that particular instead of conventional one, if you are introducing oxidation pond, it may reduce the cost up to 20 to 30% of that particular one. So that's why it is cost effective one. Maintenance cost is minor. Here the maintenance cost is also very less. If you are introducing mechanical aerator and all these things, then it requires power supply, mechanical aerator and all these things. If the aeration takes place naturally, then it is too less. No skilled supervision is required. Means it's not required any skilled supervision. Unskilled labor can manage that particular system. Flexible and will not get upset due to sudden fluctuations in organic load. Means if there is a sudden increase in the organic load or overflooded or quantity of waste reaching the particular is too high, then it is not affected. It is flexible one. It can manage by varying the flow and controlling the low organic loading and all these things. Septic tank. Septic tank is another type of the low cost treatment which is commonly used in the urban area, that too under urban areas and school, colleges, and all these things. If it is not possible to invest or construct a conventional treatment plant for a minimum number of people, or if the population is too less, then we go for such a type of system. Usually, septic tank is also termed as a primary sedimentation tank. Primary sedimentation tank, and with the longer detention time. Usually, longer detention time is detention time in the septic tank is 2 to 3 years, depending upon the requirement and all these things. So septic tank is a special form of primary sedimentation tank with a longer detention time in which digestion of the settable sludge also takes place. Here, since the tank is covered with the covering and all these things, it is constructed like a airtight chamber. Once it is constructed just like airtight chamber, then the degradation of the organic matter as well as digestion of the sludge will be takes place in the absence of oxygen. Means anaerobic digestion will be takes place. Another detention will be takes place, and also detention time is 2 to 3 years, so it is possible to degrade the or digest the complete sludge which is present in the particular one. Usually it is a tank typically constructed under the ground in which sewage is collected and allowed to decompose through bacterial activity before draining by means of a soak well. Means it is airtight one, so therefore anaerobic digestion will takes place. Once anaerobic digestion will takes place, the supernatant which is left behind after complete digestion will be disposed to the soak pit or open drains and all these things. This is the typical section of a septic tank in which a secondary inlet is there, and it is divided in two chamber, and there is a access chamber is also there at the top of the cover. Usually at the bottom they are given the sloping towards the center for removal of the sludge and all these things. And also in the chamber 1, the settable solids are settled at the bottom, as well as any oil and grease is present in the particular one is collected at the top. And also to reduce the velocity of flow in the tank, they are introducing the baffles. Once water is settled, sewage is settled at the tank one, then it moved to the second chamber. The supernatant from the first one is reached to the second one. Once again, here also remaining amount of the settable solids and all these things are settled at the bottom, and also baffles is is constructed to reduce the velocity of flow, and supernatant is come out through the effluent out and reach the soak pit or drainage trench and all these things. And it's coming, and the oil and grease which is present in the septic tank may be removed by skimming process and all these things. This is a typical section of a septic tank. Septic tanks may have two chambers to separate and promote further settlement of liquid and solid excreta. What I am explaining, usually it is divided into two parts. The first part, soil excreta and settable solids, heavier particles are settled very quickly. The second one, the remaining thing is removed. Septic tanks are most costly because of the higher initial investment required, plus the recurring cost of emptying the tanks. Means here usually it is constructed in the underground, as well as usually it is constructed by using the concrete or stone masonry and all these things. Therefore, the initial investment is more, as well as since the septic tank is designed for a particular period, whether it may be for 2 years, 3 years, and all these things. So frequent cleaning is very important. Once sludge is filled in the particular one, then it reduces the carrying capacity or storage capacity. For that, it requires frequent cleaning. So this is therefore the cost of operation and maintenance means cleaning is more when compared to any other type of the low cost treatment. This method is not generally recommended for the poor rural communities. Means since initial cost is more and also cleaning cost is more, therefore it is not usually preferred for the rural community. For pre-urban areas, the ability to connect the household to a sewage system at a later date is a major benefit. Means it is usually adopted in a semi-urban areas where underground drainage system is not available. The disadvantage include faulty or leakage septic tanks, water requirements means if there is any leakage in that particular system, automatically the waste which is present in the septic tank is penetrated through that particular joints, and finally which may reach to the nearby underground water source. By that it leads to the contamination of the groundwater source and all these things. Water requirement is more here. It is wet type system. The water come out from the flushing as well as anal cleaning as well as cleaning of bathroom and all these things are reach the particular one. Therefore, water requirement is more. Cost is more. Higher cost means initial investment is more as well as cleaning charge is more. And use of a soak field means not only its septic tank is enough. There is another component called as soak pit is also constructed near to the particular one. It is also required cost. Therefore, these are some of the disadvantages of that particular one. If the septic tank is faulty, flooding can be caused hydraulic overloading. Means if it is any faults is there at the top level or at the ground level, then the flood water may enter into the particular one. There may be chances of overloading. A septic tank is a watertight, single-storied, underground, horizontal, continuous flow sedimentation tank. Usually, it is rectangular in shape and also horizontal one, in which sewage is retained sufficiently long to permit 60 to 70% of suspended solid to settle in the particular in the form of sludge at the bottom of the tank. Means it is also a primary sedimentation tank. What they go for, the detention time is increased and also reducing the velocity of flow in the particular one by introducing the baffle and all these things. By that, it is possible to remove 60 to 70% of the suspended solids which are present in the sewage, and it is converted into a sludge, and the particular sludge is removed from the bottom of the septic tank with, by giving the proper sloping at the bottom of the septic tank. Some of the lighter particles, including grease and oils, or come in contact with sewage, may place at the top. This may be removed by skimming action and all these things. This decomposed by the process called sludge digestion, means anaerobic digestion will takes place in the particular one. There will be a release of gases like CO2, carbon dioxide, methane, as well as hydrogen sulfide. Due to the anaerobic digestion, The end product come out from the particular one is a sludge as well as some of the gases like carbon dioxide, methane as well as hydrogen sulfide, and all these things are removed from the particular one. The effluent, although clarified to some extent, will be still contain considerable amount of dissolved and suspended putrescible organic solids and viable pathogens, and therefore disposal of effluent merits careful consideration even after complete degradation. Okay, some amount of the suspended solids as well as dissolved solids are present in the particular in the form of organic nature. And also, since the sewage contains pathogens and all these things, it is not possible to remove the pathogens which are present in the particular effluent come out from the septic tank. So, the disposal of the effluent come out from the septic tank is a challenging task, and also it is very difficult to remove the pathogens. So, we may remove the pathogens up to some extent by disposing that particular effluent coming from the septic tank in the soak pit or in the trenches, and all these things. In the trenches, we may go for phytoremediation and all these things. A septic tank is a watertight tank designed to slow down the movement of the raw sewage and waste passing through so that the solid can be separated and settled out and be broken down by liquefaction of anaerobic bacterial action. Means we are reducing the velocity of flow in the primary sedimentation tank by constructing the baffles and all these things. By that, the settable solids which are present in the particular one settle down, and then it is converted into a sludge by the anaerobic digestion. It does not purify the sewage, eliminate the odor, and destroy all solid matter. It does not purify the sewage, but the only thing is the organic matters which are present in the sewage may be degraded by that particular process. The septic tank simply conditions the sewage so that it can be disposed of normally to a subsurface absorption system without prematurely clogging the system. Means the septic tank come out from the waste come out from the septic tank may be disposed of by the absorption system in a soak pit and all these things. Suspended solids removed is 50 to 70%, and 5-day BOD removal is about 60%. The detention time for a large septic tank should not be less than 24 to 72 hours. Schools, campus, theaters, factories, and other some of the areas they may use the construction of the septic tank for the treating the wastewater sewage come out from the particular one. For example, if the total daily flow takes place over a period of 6 hours, the septic tank should have a liquid volume equal to the 4 times the 6 hour flow to provide detention equivalent to 6 hour 24 hours over the period of actual use. Means if you are assume 6 hours only flow takes place, then we may design for the 4 times more than that particular one. Means when the detention time is 24 hours, the volume of that particular one is 4 times the 6 hours peak flow time. The large tank would minimize scouring the septic tank sludge and scum and carry over the solids into the absorption system. If the tank size is more, the chances of reducing the organic matter is also more. Some of the MCQs related to the septic tanks are as follows. Which of the following material is not used in the construction of a septic tank? Rubber is not used. Septic tank is a small scale treatment unit. Yes. The shape of the tank is usually circular, it is false, it is rectangle. The heavy particles in the tank sink into the bottom. The scum formed in the tank is floats on the top because of the specific gravity is less. Which of the following methods are not used for the dispersion of the effluent out of a septic tank? That is, wetlands are not usually used. During the disposal of the sludge, it must be dried before you dispose. You dried it properly and moisture content is reduced. What is the amount of water used per person per day for flushing? It is 5 to 40 liters. The first chamber in a septic tank should be at least dash of the total length. It should at least 50% of the total length. Which of the following reasons is correct with respect to the need of providing baffle walls, prevent the scum and solids from escaping? What are the product gas of anaerobic digestion? It is carbon dioxide and methane. What is the mixture of methane and carbon dioxide on anaerobic digestion called? biogas. Thank you.